about Anna Knezevich, who is gone missing. She was in Madrid. I'm right now in Spain, in Valencia, and I want to talk a little bit about what I feel. She's Colombian American with an obvious Colombian accent. So I wonder a little bit like how she entered from Colombia to the US. That would be interesting. Because it couldn't have been that long ago. She wasn't born in the US. That was obvious. So she probably married into the US. I'm not sure if she got in legally. How many people go legally into the United States from Colombia? I don't know. So that her history would be kind of interesting. Now he's from Serbia, and I don't know if he has lived with her in Florida, whatever they've been doing, but they had a business together, and they're selling some properties. So she then wanted to go to Madrid, and she was interested in meeting men, doing party, probably, and she was very good looking, or she is very good looking for a Colombian woman. I mean, most Colombian women are good looking, but she was good looking for her age. And so she definitely didn't have a problem partying and meeting men. And they were 4 months already divorced. He left to Serbia, and now people are, you know, saying it's highly suspicious that he's not flying to Spain and taking part of the search. Um, Now a lot of people also saying, follow the money, that kind of stuff. Um, I believe that one of the interesting things I believe is, first of all, I wouldn't fly from Serbia to Spain just to search for her. Doesn't make any sense. He doesn't know Spain. He doesn't know the language. It really doesn't make that much sense. It's not going to help. It's not definitely not going to help the search. So, but not only that, the problem really is that he. The problem is really that um, when you divorce someone, you divorce for them for a reason. And if she has been, flirting or going out with other guys or being interested in other guys, which that kind of trip is for, which is it's kind of strange going from Florida to Spain to Madrid and then to Barcelona. Maybe she wanted to visit a friend or something, whatever. In any case, I think I've heard her voice. I think I heard her voice on a call, and I could imagine that he was quite upset about the divorce. I can imagine that. And I think if you've been to the US, I don't think you really want to go back to Serbia. You might want to go back to a different country, but not Serbia. I think the whole thing is kind of fishy anyway. It feels really fishy. Something is strange. But if I were in his situation, I wouldn't go to Spain either. I would probably not care about what she does, um, or what's happened to her, because if she's already 2 or 3 month, 4 month into the divorce, interested in other guys, if that's the case, then So I think it's extremely premature to say that, you know, he's guilty, but there is a statistic. I remember reading the statistic sometime that most crimes and most murders, I think it was, happen by someone close to the person. Very interesting. I don't know how much percent it was. I think it was like 60%. And so it would make sense to consider him a prime suspect. But it also would be interesting if he uh, if he requested a hitman in Spain, then it would be interesting to know why is it so easy to hire a hitman that does such a great job. Because obviously the person that murdered her, and she's almost lost 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, she's definitely murdered, has been murdered. um it's kind of weird that it's so easy. But in Spain there's a lot of, in general, in Spain there's a lot of weird people. A lot of people go use Spain to go into hiding in Europe. um Also around the Costa del Sol and all of this stuff. Lot of shady stuff. I remember when I was in Madrid long time ago that there were 13 and 14-year-olds prostitutes on the street in the center of Madrid, and they were standing next to police. I'm not joking, guys. They were standing after midnight right next to the police. The police wasn't saying or doing anything. And it was a total shock for me. And those were Latinas. They were imported Latinas. Um, Heavy shit. So Spain is a weird place in that sense. Spain is a really weird place. On the other hand, I'm not a fan of making prostitution illegal. So that's what I think is great in Europe in comparison to the US. But there has to be rules around that. Absolutely. Um, and there's so many things around, people that can play a part in this, which people don't know. Did they do drugs? How did they make their money? Did they make their money with drugs? A Serbian a Serbian man with a Colombian woman, business in Miami. Think about that. He wasn't a tech entrepreneur from what I understand. So maybe there are heavy hitters in the drug business. You don't know, or in porn or something, Miami or Florida. So that would make it probable. It's even possible that they were doing illegal business with hardcore guys. He's hiding in Serbia because the business went sour, and she got caught in Madrid. Maybe they fucked over some mafia guy or something. You don't know. So it doesn't necessarily just have to be the husband. It could be. I mean, a Serbian guy with a Colombian woman. If you know anything about cultures and people, that doesn't work. A Serbian guy with a Colombian woman. No, there's something much, much deeper than that. Would be interesting what kind of businesses and business properties they really had and where that money came from. And the hitman was definitely a professional. That's absolutely no doubt about it. Absolute professional. So, you know what's scary? You know what's really scary? How it is easy to get rid of people if you want to get rid of them by professionals. Really crazy. Somebody says a lot of money seems to be involved. Real estate. Then somebody else says millions. It's interesting also Madrid. Um, it's interesting. It's really a bizarre story, and I think there's more to it. I think there's much, much more to it. Something my intuition tells me there's much, much more to this story. Uh, and a lot of people think the way I do. They're like, well, I mean, if it's a divorce and you don't want to see the person again, why would you care about the person? Especially if after love when a lot of time hatred starts. So, um, a Serbian guy with a Colombian woman. I'm telling you, there's something much more fishy about that. Let's look up his name, because Knezevich, Knezevich. Let's just put in Google Knezevich and remove Anna and see what comes up just for fun. Knezevich. Oh, she was apparently a Florida realtor. Mm-hmm. Knezevich family history. Actually, a Knezevich family was already found in the US and Canada between 1911 and 1920. Very early. Oh, she was actually several months in Madrid. Interesting. I would guess that Anna Maria Knezevich, 40 years old. Hi, Jamil. I'm just rambling about this case. It's not that important. I just thought I'm gonna make a video about it. Uh, here, Pompano Beach. Here it is. What she had a LinkedIn. Uh, AOX IT managed services. Wait, I'm getting. We can talk also then about something else. I'm just checking this for a second. Pick the image that is correct way up. Your access to your account has been temporarily restricted. What? That's not what I wanted. No. Ah, it's trying to log me in. I don't want to log in. Cancel. What is the topic? The topic can be anything, but I was just speaking about the woman that got lost in Madrid, or that probably got killed in Madrid. MBTI. What is MBTI? MBTI. Ah, Myers-Briggs. I think it's good for companies. For yourself, not that much, I think. I think human design makes more sense for yourself. Let me see. Management for 2 years before saying Kodak. Okay, here it says, here's a little bit history to her. I think that's her. I know I look young, but I've been in business for almost 16 years. I get my bachelor's in international trade and administration in Colombia. Yeah, so that's her. Where I started as the administrator working in the manufacturing industry for 2 years before setting at Kodak Health Equipment Division. Ah, so actually she had a career in Kodak Health Equipment Division, where I stayed for 4 years. After that, I moved to the USA, and it has been one of the best decisions of my life. I was exposed to incredible opportunities and was fortunate enough to work with some truly amazing people. During my 6 years here, I worked as a head coordinator in a nonprofit, okay, that worked with kids with autism. This gave me a unique perspective into the nonprofit industry and challenges that people in it. So she seemed kind of nice. Head coordinator in a nonprofit, so she was really interested in doing something good. So she wasn't a bad person. This gave me a unique perspective into a nonprofit and the challenges of being in contact with everything from managing government institutions like Medicaid and Medicare through audits from different regulated bodies such as DCFH and so on and so forth. We got my black belt in HIPAA and Republic compliance. So she has even humor. She has even humor. I understand that you, like me, depend on computers and applications that need to work. In order to be profitable, you need someone that can be trusted and is not just knowledgeable but an expert in IT. Someone that not only knows how to handle but also has the manpower and resources to keep you on the right track of growing your business. This is why I do what I do. I intimately understand challenges that businesses, for profit and non-profits have, and I know how technology can fix them. Unfortunately, today's systems are not always managed in a way to accomplish this. Can turn on this story. After all, technology should help us things easier and faster. It's kind of Doesn't sound too serious. It doesn't sound too accomplished. Her LinkedIn, but she wrote an article. She's tremendously beautiful for a Colombian woman. I mean, I love Colombian women in general, but she's very beautiful. She was very beautiful, very very beautiful. And I mean, at least my taste. And that was it. That's literally all, the entire LinkedIn, which is very 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 flat, not very interesting. And then you can check mutual connections, but I'm not logged into LinkedIn right now, so skip that. Um, by the way, I'm planning to build something similar to LinkedIn. I'm already starting with it slowly. Um, yeah, she was super beautiful. She's definitely the type of girl who can have any man, absolutely any man. Hmm. Crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. The evening before friends received those strange texts, a man wearing a motorcycle helmet spray painted the lens of the building's security cameras. She was in touch with friends around that time. Emergency responding to him for a wellness check. I'm just desperate to find answers. Okay, well, it's obvious that she got murdered. It's so easy. So easy. And I think it's horrible for another reason. I think it's very horrible for another reason. Because women, if they hear these stories, become extremely fearful of, even normal men like me. I wonder what Reddit people say to this story. If you guys want to change the topic, you can. We can do a stream a little bit later about another topic. Let's see what what Reddit people say. There's actually a person that was friends with them. I know. That's the woman that has been on the show. I saw her. The Spanish police tried to get access to her apartment and phone records, but the warrants were denied by a judge as there was insufficient evidence of foul play. That's strange. Um, I think I I think yeah, I mean, there is a high probability that he hired a hitman in order to get all of the money. It's very probable. I don't know. Well, it's interesting they didn't have children from, and Latin women usually want children fairly early on, so or very quickly. Uh, Interesting case. I think it's just very interesting case. I think
Run a
it's
business together, and Anna was able to work remotely.
But they don't. If I look at him and if I look at her, you can, by the looks of people, you can determine if they're a good couple or not. They didn't belong together right from the start. Very, very weird. There's the yoga girl from this afternoon. She's outside and speaking to someone. Very cute. Should talk to her.
While she was in Spain. Things start to get concerning on Friday, February 2nd. At around 9:30 p.m. that night, a man wearing a helmet went inside Anna's
they look so different. They're like totally different
apartment
people
building
in
and
my
spray
view.
painted over some cameras.
Her
I
husband
believe he
and
also spray
she.
painted over some outside. Honestly, this gives me goosebumps and is so creepy. I have pictures of if she was lured or instructed to go outside. The second thing that it was a different.
I would have definitely had sex with her.
Unfortunately,
if I could have.
really was looking forward to that trip.
Unless
He
she's
had gone to
vaccinated.
Serbia instead. I believe David is Serbian
They looked very young
himself.
when they met.
His LinkedIn has his education listed as FON, which stands for Faculty of Organizational Sciences, and it's a public school in Serbia. But why would he go when his wife is missing instead of going to help search for her?
Because they're divorcing, stupid. I wouldn't go to Spain to search for a wife that I'm divorcing from, and you never know why the divorce is happening. Maybe she cheated on him, or who knows. Interesting. Even Reddit is not really interested in the situation. Nobody's talking about it on Reddit. Seems almost like she didn't have friends much. Actually, the people that have been interviewed, you don't think it's that interesting, okay? Well, I think it's interesting that, a person gets killed in Spain and there's absolutely no interest or whatever around it. It's really weird, in my opinion. So what will we talk about next? What will be the next stream that we talk about? Yeah, I mean, it's 100% sure that she's dead. Absolutely no doubt. Interesting that they didn't find her parents.
Mo is describing her best friend, 40-year-old Anna Knezevich.
Funny, she is smart, she's adventurous.
But now she's missing.
Someone has done something to her, and I'm trying to understand who it could be and why.
Anna has been missing since Friday, February 2nd, and was last seen by neighbors around 10 p.m. She's been living in an apartment.
When I look at the photos, she seems like a woman that is a party woman. She definitely looks like a party woman. And she's definitely open to
Madrid
meeting
since
men. It just oozes
December.
out of the picture.
Ramon says it was a fresh start for her friend, who she says is going through a stressful time in her personal life.
She's separating, divorcing her husband. And she was this summer, going through that.
Rameau says when she tried texting Anna the day she disappeared, she didn't get a response back, but instead she got this strange text message from Anna's phone the next day, stating that she met someone and was going to his summer home 2 hours from Madrid and signaled.
It's interesting that although she's missing 17 days, a judge denies. Yeah, this is interesting. A judge, I mean, she would have to know who used the phone. A judge denied the search warrant by Spanish police to get access to her apartment and phone records. That's pretty. Yeah, it's not that important to look into it. But what I find interesting is that in Spain, you don't get that information, although she's missing for 17 days. I'm telling you, there's something more behind this. Why is the judge blocking it? It's really weird.
Would be spotty.
It's almost
I
like
tried
there's a
text message
totally
from
different story
Anna's
behind
phone the
this.
next day, stating that she met someone and
Really weird. Don't go missing, James. Yeah. Uh. Okay. Well, I was thinking there might be a completely different story behind this. Yes, I think so. It does feel like it. I mean, most murder cases are through jealousy, like 70-80%, but I feel like there's something completely else behind this. I don't know why. I'll figure it out. Maybe she was even. You know what could be? That she was dealing in alien abduction. Or it's possible that she was dealing with or in business or with people that she shouldn't have, and that has nothing to do with the divorce. Well, but it seems connected to the divorce. Maybe he was, oh, a Serbian guy in Florida was doing shady fucking business. Absolutely, 100%. They were doing shady business. And they wanted to, or she wanted to get out somehow, or he wanted to, who knows. And they killed her before they could get out and with the money or whatever. Maybe they stole money, maybe they did some corrupt stuff. That's probably what's going on. Maybe they even did business with like like I said with the mafia or stuff. I want to try something. Ah, look, listen to this. This was in 2011 already. Miami becomes Little Moscow. FBI says Russian mob eclipses Italian mafia in South Florida. So there you go. So the Russians are active in Florida. And in 2011, the Serbs probably as well. So there you go. Driver who killed son of American mafia godfather was shot and dissolved in a barrel of acid. 2009. This is interesting. Italian police and in 2019, Italian police. That's why the judge is blocking it, probably. Hold on, it's all corrupt. Italian police and FBI agents have cracked down on a Palermo area mafia clan which has ties to the US-based Gambino crime family. I'm telling you, there's much more behind this, and maybe it's also connected to the Russians. It's better not to stream about it, so we'll go offline.